lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Celebrating Black excellence worldwide and bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on Word Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people. Write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello. Hey there, family. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Family, welcome to Black History Month. What? Oh, wait, I did say I got to get my little sound effects together, right? I'm working on it. But we are celebrating all month long. Okay, all month long. And we will share information and spotlights just because. Not that we don't normally do so, because, I believe that every family member we have here is extraordinary. But we're going to share some information, some tidbits that maybe you didn't know, hopefully. In any event, if you are unaware, the theme for this year is African Americans in the arts. Did you know that? I did not. I found that out yesterday, as a matter of fact. So in the event you did not know, guess what? I did not know either. But now we both know. And I'm happy to say that. So today's spotlight is on Amanda Gorman. I believe she pronounces it Gorman, but you all know. I know. But it looks like Gourmand to me. So in any event, Amanda. I'm so happy to share about her. I think she's so beautiful. Amanda Gorman, yes. She is the youngest inaugural poet in United States history, as well as an award-winning writer and cum laude graduate of Harvard University, where she studied sociology. She's also the first National Youth Poet Laureate who gained the love of the world when she performed her poem, The Hill We Climb, at the inauguration of President Joe Biden. Also, due to popular demand, Penguin Random House announced a first printing of 1 million copies each of her first 3 books. Family, isn't that awesome? That is today's Black History moment. Yes, it is. That is the one and only Amanda Gorman. And I'm happy to share that. I was just so like, when she was introduced to us all. I think she's just so beautiful. So family, I've missed you. I have missed you, and I'm so happy to be back. I did have an awesome time while I was away. Thank you to Henry McMillian, Alan Rubens, the entire staff, and all of our new family members for all of the love. But I do not like it when I'm away from you all. OMG. And I would be terribly remiss, though, if I did not thank our beloved Roxy Fab for spending some time, spirit, and space with you all in my stead. Yes, thank you, Roxy. Happy birthday to all of our love bugs who are celebrating today. Yes, indeed. Sending you oodles of celebratory love for your birthday. So, family, you know what we do. If you are joining us by way of social media, let us know. Let us know. Send us some love. Share a comment or two or a few, or give us a call. And you know, you can do that by dialing 215 634 8065. You can even call us toll free. And you can do that by dialing 1-866 361 0900. You know, we'll take the love anyway you care to share it. Yes, we will. And to those of our family members who are joining us with heavy hearts today or whose lights are shining even just a little bit dimly, just know that I'm sending you extra love and hugs. Do you hear me? On behalf of your entire tribe and village, because I just want you to know, I need you to know that you're not alone. We are right here. We are right here. Okay? Okay? I did want to share that Nasir is checking in. Hey there, Nasir. Thank you. Thank you. He's sharing peace and blessings with everybody, as is Harold. Harold Sprittle is. Thank you. Thank you. Eric is doing the same. Yes, yes, I'm back. Yay, I'm so back. I'm so happy to be back. Hi there, Tony. Tony Brown is back too. Hey there, Tony. I haven't seen you in a minute. You know I've missed y'all. I so have missed y'all. OMG. So, family, I want to ask you something. I just want to know, have you heard about our singles event for ages 40 and up? Well, be sure to register today because time is running out. Our Love and Life Connection event will take place at Bayou Lounge and Bar in West Philly on Tuesday, February 13th from 6 until 9 p.m. And it will be hosted by yours truly and Dr. Marquita Williams. Yes, family, this event is going to be so much fun. It will feature fun activities where you can meet new people and can possibly make a love connection. I love it. I love it. So, in order to attend the event, you must register on our website. So, go to wordradio.com, but you should know that space is limited and we are almost at capacity. Okay. Also, registration is free, family. So join us for a fun evening of mixing and mingling for singles ages 40 and up on Tuesday, February 13th from 6 until 9 p.m. at Bayou Lounge and Bar located at 5025 Baltimore Avenue. Family, this event is brought to you by City Winery, the Pennsylvania Lottery, and in partnership with Bayou Lounge and Bar. Okay, we've got a lot to cover today. So, family, let's get started. Our first guests in this evening are the founders and owners of DOPE Botanicals, a hip urban apothecary carrying tinctures, tonics, and teas made from organic and ethically foraged herbs. Ooh, it is inspired. It is an inspired, get that right, a plantacary. I love that. Oh, I can't wait to talk with them about that. That creates intentional plant-based alchemical remedies. Family, I invite you to the conversation with sisters Taahirah and Nakia Stith. Well, hello, beautifuls.
Hello.
Wait, let me ask, did I pronounce your last name correctly?
Yes.
Stith. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm a stickler on that. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. I don't want anybody calling me something else. So let me get it right. So first of all, I did thank you offline, but I just really want to thank you again for coming to share with us and spend some time, some energy and attention with us. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. You know what? Our very own, our beloved Nick Taliaferro has jokes and comments, and I don't know if you see him in the comment section. Nick, I'm going to beat you with a wet noodle. Okay, look at this.
Oh.
Do you see him?
Let's see. We gotta go to the comments. We've been missing out.
Oh no! Did you see the comment? He is
Oh my gosh.
a mess. He is a mess. Nick, I'm going to beat you with a wet noodle. Family, you all know Nick's humor. You know him. I have missed you though, Nick. he
Um,
does. He does share. He does share a laugh. I do want to share that Malcolm White. Hey there, Malcolm. He shares that he's watching and listening from Westmount Airy. Thank you for the welcome back. Yeah, thank you. And Smitty is joining us as well. Hey there, Darren. Okay, so ladies, because the hour goes by so quickly, and y'all see I'm on 10, I'm so happy to be back because I was gone.
we love
I'm
it.
trying to keep myself in check, but I'm curious to know. First, if you could just tell us a little about you two.
Oh man. Well,
That was funny.
first and foremost, we are sisters. We're real sisters. And we grew up in a little bit off center, I guess, if you will. And we tell people all the time we grew up plant-based before it was a trend, right? So that was something that was very prevalent in our home, in our household. And we got together to create DOPE Botanicals. And we knew that there was a need, especially in Philadelphia. And we couldn't quite find the wellness space that we were looking for. So we realized pretty early on that we had to create it.
So DOPE Botanicals is the birth of our past, our present, to create what we know people need for the future.
First of all, kudos to your family because you share that this is who we are, this is who we've been. This is not a fad, this is not a trend. It's not based on any of that. This is who we are.
Yes, we've been plant-based since the 1900s.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Wow.
We grew up in the tradition of Black nationalism, a tradition of the Nation of Islam, a long tradition of Black people who have been very serious about their health, their wellness, and also utilizing that as a tool for community improvement. So that is, what we know, where we come from, and the background that we have, and really how we approach health and wellness.
So, and I did just hear you explain. You were saying, and first of all, I so appreciate that because I'm lacking. I have been lacking in that area, and I'm trying to do better. Well, no, I'm doing better because I have awareness, and and I'm doing the research and trying to figure out what works best for me. But you were sharing that you couldn't find, there wasn't a location that you could identify for what you needed and what you wanted, and that was that was from where the idea came for DOPE Botanicals.
Yeah, because a lot of times it's either two different ways. Either it's ultra white and you don't belong there. It's really like super crunchy. It's not that kind of thing. You don't see yourself in those places. Or it might be Black, right? But it's still like, I want it a little funkier. I want it hipper. I want to go in. I want to hear lively music. I want it bright. I want it airy. It doesn't have to be hidden in that way. So we opened up those botanicals to put our, feeling and stamp on what we thought it was.
Because you know how you go into a herb shop and it's dark?
It's dark.
It's like dark. It's like dark wood and it's old. You know what I mean? You questioning whether people wear deodorant. Like, you got questions.
Yeah.
And you go, I'm fly, I'm decent.
I want to be into this, but I don't see myself there.
I'm
right.
You know what I mean? Or like, why do I have to come here and have this experience with like wind chimes? And you want it to be a reflection of, your best self, your function,
your authentic self.
Yeah.
Like, I love all the herbs. I'm into all of that. I live a very organic life, right? But I like cool clothes. Like I like all that stuff too. So I don't have to wear drop crotch pants to prove myself to you, because that's what you thought it was.
Yeah, and we knew that we didn't want to practice herbalism as performance art.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of cosplay out there.
Yeah.
If you wrapping your hair and you saying peace sister 3000, now I might have a head wrap on. But you know, if I'm peace sistering you to death, somehow that makes you feel like I'm authentic, you know. And you find out that this person has no formal herbal training,
None,
and you'll mess around and get hurt in there. So we don't herbal cosplay,
no.
right?
Mm.
It's the real deal, you know. I have a biology background. You know, when we create these formulas, I've been trained in clinical herbalism. Like, this is real. It's not, you know, we took what we knew and then we went and we formalized it, you know. So certified health coaches, we did all the steps, all the things, because the other thing about Dope Botanicals is we have our own product line. So when you come into Dope Botanicals, you only get our products. Right. So yeah, we make everything that's there. So you can only get this from us. So that is our product line. It is created, it is crafted. Right there. These are the formulas that we have made or that we create. Is not, you know, this is not Whole Foods or Amazon. These are things that you can only get from us.
Yeah, we're not a supplement store. We mix, blend, sift, and extract everything in-house. So everything you see on the wall to purchase, we made it. Everything you see, we put the label on it. We did all that. The drinks at our herbal bar, we create those. The tonics in the refrigerator, we do that too. So the juice that was pressed, that was put in there, we did that. So everything we do in-house.
And we don't play no games. It's organic, right?
We don't use any refined sugar, syrups, or sweeteners.
Oh, wow.
So health is always at the forefront of what we do.
I am, first of all, I was fascinated just reading what little information was provided to me, but now I am beyond fascinated because you said you don't use family. Y'all hear me trying to process the information. You hear me? For those of you who have just joined, welcome. Let me say that because I did not forget about you. Welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Taahirah and Nakia Stith. We are talking about Dope Botanicals. We're talking about life, y'all. Now, you know, we have this ongoing conversation about health, wellness. You know, we're all the majority of us at least are on this journey. We're trying to do better, you know, and they say when you know better, you do better. So we're having these conversations, and you know, I've always found it fascinating with individuals who like it's look, this is a lifestyle. This is my life. You're saying this is my life. I didn't come into this, you know, by way of word of mouth or anything like this. I was born into this. This is my life, has been my life, and will be. And because, you know, I grew up on everything else, it is always so fascinating because I'm just learning. So when you tell me that, like you said, look, this isn't cosplay. I have certification. We produce, we create, and we don't use sweeteners. We don't use any of that. I mean, bow down. That's all I can say is bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Oh, wait, look, Brother Nasir, he asks, where is the store located?
We
Exactly.
are located 257 South 20th Street in Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that in the comments, family. Okay. So let me look. I should have typed it first. Okay. All right. There we go. So for those of you family members that did not hear that, Dope Botanicals is located at 257 South 20th Street in Rittenhouse. We're coming. You know we're coming. You know we are coming. So what kind of, can you tell us, you know, some of the products that you sell?
So we sell herbs in 1 of 3 ways: a liquid, powder, or a cut. That means that we don't sell any pills. So we have a herb wall where we have loose herbs, right? That are cut herbs that are most commonly used as tea preparations. So that can be anything from a leaf, a root, a bark, a berry, or a seed. And then we have our powders that we, our blends that we mix, or medicinal mushrooms that we utilize. And those can be added into soup. They can be added into smoothies. They can be utilized on their own. Some of them stand alone, even as a tea. And then we have tea blends that we have available.
So they help you from anywhere from skin health, gut health, inflammation, stress management, mood,
digestion.
Yeah.
And then we have an herbal bar.
Yeah, and then at our herbal bar, also you can come in. We have our herbal bar where we do hot and iced herbal lattes as well as smoothies, where everything's organic or wild crafted. And that's where we don't use any refined sugar syrups or sweeteners in any of the hot or iced herbal lattes or the smoothies. And we also have our cold tonics in the refrigerator, which you could grab out, paying up.
Right. You see, my mouth keeps dropping. Family? I know, for those of you who are not watching and you're only listening, my mouth keeps just dropping because here we are. But didn't I say we're learning more and more and more? I just love us. I love us. This is just so awesome. Family, it is time for us to take just a short commercial break. Before we do, though, I do want to share that Heather is joining us. Hi, beautiful. She is sending love to the entire family. And Eric actually is sharing some love as well. He shares, welcome to the platform, ladies. You both look so happy and healthy. I love that. What daily regimens do you use to stay youthful, looking healthy, and full of energy? I love that question. What we're going to do, though, we're going to put a pin in that question because as I was sharing, we're going to go to commercial break. But family, know that the phone lines are open and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. When we come back, we've got more with Taahirah and Nakia Stith of DOPE Botanicals. So stay with us because we're coming right back.
Join Evening Words host James Peterson on Wednesday, February 7th at 6 p.m. for Black City Makers, a conversation about cultural heritage preservation at Mother Bethel AME Church, located at 419 South 6th Street in Philadelphia. This program is part of Legacy Reclaim, a 7th Ward tribute, a project highlighting the historical contributions and impact of Black Philadelphians on an area of Center City that was the backbone of our community from the 18th century through the height of segregation. This event is free to attend. Please register at wordradio.com/Black City Makers. Can't join us? We will be broadcasting live, so tune in to Evening Words to hear more about this hidden legacy. You can also watch live via Word TV on Facebook, Twitch, and wordradio.com. Join us live at Mother Bethel AME Church or tune in to Evening Words at 6 p.m. next Wednesday, February 7th, for Black City Makers, part of Legacy Reclaim, a 7th Ward tribute.
Right on! Light heat grants through PGW are available, and 1 in 3 households in Philadelphia are eligible to receive up to a $1,000 grant to pay for their natural gas heating bill this winter. PGW has made it easier than ever to see if you're eligible and to apply. Simply text MONEY to 77037, call 215-235-1000, or visit pgworks.com/lightheat. PGW, helping ease minds this winter.
Family Therapy Vignette Moments with Dr. Lucille Ijoy.
Voting time in 2024. Yes, voting time in 2024. I hope you did your best and took a little rest. But now it's time to soar for us 2024. Yes, it's voting time. I said it's voting time. Gather women and men on whom you can depend. Take your friends who won't ignore. Because it's voting time in 2024. Say it with pride. I register, I vote, I must. You may have buttons that say, I register, I vote, I must. Say it on the radio, the TV, the cell phone, or the landline. I register, I vote, I must. This is Dr. Lucille Ijoy. I register, I vote, I must.
Science is not an opinion. People come before pipelines. It's not too late to act on climate. At Earth Justice, we hold these beliefs to be self-evident. We're a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. Our 150-plus lawyers represent clients free of charge because now, more than ever, the Earth needs a good lawyer. If you believe what we believe, go to earthjustice.org today.
Now long nose. What's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are talking with Taahirah and Nakia Stith of DOPE Botanicals. Yes, that's right. That's right. And they have been sharing all kinds of good information with us. Before the commercial break, I was sharing that Eric had a question. I'm going to read it again. He shares, good evening, ladies, and welcome to the platform. You both look so happy and healthy. What daily regimens do you use to stay youthful looking, healthy, and full of energy? I know their skin, aren't they glowing? I want that glow.
Well, first, we get high on our own supply.
We get high on our own supply. First and foremost.
Yes, we really do dope.
Yeah.
That we sell. So that's the first thing. And the next thing is our lifestyle.
Lifestyle. That's like steps 1 through 10, because we tell people all the time, you can't out herb a bad diet. Like, you can't expect herbs to cut through, to do what they need to do if you eat junk. So we don't do that. We follow a very strict plant-based diet, right? We've always been into that. We don't drink at all, ever. So we don't do that. Currently,
don't turn into pickles.
You can't turn
yourself. Don't turn yourself into a pickle.
You dehydrate.
I like that. Don't turn yourself into a pickle.
You gotta be careful. I exercise almost every day. I have a very serious movement practice. I'm currently getting myself together for the Brush Street run. So yeah.
And
so,
we're at different stages, I think, in our lives, because we're 13 years apart.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're at different stages in life. So knowing that, it really helps for us to play off of each other and how we have to keep ourselves together, right? Like, it's very, very serious. And we know that food is important, and we talk about nutrition all the time, because for us, herbs are nutrition. This is part of our nutritional practice. It is a food, right? So, and we treat it like that. We treat herbs as food, and that's one of the reasons why we don't sell pills, because we don't look at it as a supplement in that way.
Do you grow your own food?
Oh my gosh!
I wish we used to. We just make sure we shop, at good places for produce, whether it be, a good local farmers market or one of our favorite, markets,
or supporting small family farms that are organic. Like, we like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. We have some great stuff in Pennsylvania, like all these people, all the farmers markets, all that good stuff. Whether it be Lancaster Farms, your local somebody.
Yeah, we really running the shop and doing that. So we do go to the supermarket. You'll see us in the supermarket and we're getting our things. But you got to read these labels, right?
That is so important.
Fresh fruits and vegetables as the majority of your diet. It's important.
They should take up the largest portion of like what you decide to consume. Like, no matter what you decide to do, fruits and vegetables should be the largest portion of your consumption.
So I have so many questions. I want to take a moment to go to our phone lines, because one of our family members is waiting to join the conversation. Hi there, Ron. Thank you for being patient and welcome to the conversation. Thank you for calling.
Yes. Welcome, Miss, to Love and Life. Welcome you back, Carol, to Love and Life, the founder of Love and Life, and her producer, Mr. Nick, and Malcolm Ali, our lead caller, and many others that you are here tonight and will send messages over the electronic wires, appreciating your business. I want to talk about this time where we're at. What appropriate time. It's Love and Life family here on WRD that you want to assemble with your loved ones during this the 14th of this month. You'll share gifts, you'll make commitments, but the commitment, that's what I want to talk about. Totally committed in your relationships. You can build that. It can be a little tedious, but it's not that hard. Once you make a commitment and solely committed to one another, you must discuss that. And that's what we do on Love and Life. We have people like you come in or other people come in the profession of healing, words. And this is what's so important about Love and Life. I want to say to my Love and Life family, on Friday, I got a chance to speak at a homegoing service, callers, homegoers. I attended that. I gave the bullhorn, that bullhorn that have been in the struggle of people like all people of this world and of this city, to be an uplift and to encourage to make a better city and a better world for one another. I got a chance to speak to the Masterman's choir people. I was saying to them, make them hear you through your music. Make them hear you through your writing. Make them hear you through your development and knowledge and giving back. So that was uplifting. That's what life is about. And in this world, in your relationships that you are establishing with your loved one or with that person, the commitment once again. And you know, when you can commit yourself for better, I hear people talk about worse. I decide I don't put that in my language, because when you commit yourself to that, each one of y'all, the many years that you'll be together, and I hope that will be the case, that person will utter out of their mouth, before leaving this world, I never knew that this person cared so much for me. That's what life is about. And that's why I'm so glad to be a part of this family. When we look around at all the things that is taking place, to be able to have an event like this is going to bring people together, those people that's going to come out, and hopefully Malcolm and all the rest of the family will begin to support a business like the one and many others. We are in the infrastructure building of doing something like that. And remember this, for we never know what the Lord has in store. But since we do know, effort never lose. So once again, thank you to Love and Life. Thank you for those supporting people and many events that take place in this city, and all the people come out on different events. That's what life is all about. My question, Mr. Ryan, asks to you, what have you done, not giving you as a negative, to guide and to inspire somebody? When I go to the funerals and I go other happy places and I see all the caring, can you take a little time out just to bring me in power of words? You may not realize it, and then again, you probably do. One word to a person, and that's what I hope our Love and Life family is able to do. To say one word to uplift someone's spirit, and that's why it's my hope. If I live, I would like to be a part of that, where we can have candles, we can pay money to buy the candles. I mean, the people come out at not only this event, but some other events. We can get that person, whether they're a part of the Love and Life family, we can give them a candle to remember. When your soul glass is empty, light that candle. It's a symbol of here in Love and Life that we care for you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, God. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you so much. So much. Family, you are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. Some more of our family members are checking in. Nicole P is checking in, and she's sending love to everybody, to all of our family members. Nicole, thank you for joining us, beautiful. And Eric, he follows up by saying, yes, just glowing like the northern star. Just stunning, you two are. So the compliments are coming. And Miss Lily, hi there, beautiful. She's sending love to all of us, to everybody, to the entire Word family, and to everybody, all of our guests tonight. I'm so happy to be here, Miss Lily. Thank you for that. And Stephanie has a question. She asks, are you ladies able to make a multivitamin for 65-year-old women as well as for a 72-year-old male, a multivitamin for both?
So we don't make vitamins, right?
Mm-hmm,
Herbs
mm-hmm.
have vitamins as part of their constituency, and they also have minerals. So we definitely can help guide you to one of our products that can probably give you some of the results that you're looking for. But I think this is really important to talk about supplementation. And I think you told somebody in the store the other day about utilizing supplementation outside of the parameters for which it was made.
So like if you choose to have a multivitamin, which is great, and you can get one, my recommendations are always look for a great food-based multivitamin, right? But a multivitamin is there to supplement, it's not there to replace. So when you have a good baseline for your diet, and then you're making sure you're getting in all those good minerals and vitamins from the fruits and vegetables, and ample amount of fiber you're taking in from eating those things, right? A supplement is there to add on, to just fill in the gaps. But sometimes what happens is people are not eating well, and then they take supplements, and it can't fill in that. That's not a gap. That's like a hole. It just can't.
How about that?
So, like, supplements are there to help when you have a great diet or a baseline you're coming from. So yeah, you can get if you want a pill, if that's the case, look for a good food-based multivitamin. If you want to add, like my sister says, some herbs into your regimen, we would recommend some like Good Green. Good Green is one of our products that has all of the wonderful tonic herbs in there. Tonic herbs are herbs that you can take every single day. They're full of like minerals and vitamins. It has moringa, cereal grasses. So those are super nutritious. Whether or not you wanted to drink nettles tea every day, moringa tea every day, alfalfa tea every day, maybe a mixture of both, some oat straw, right? So if you're appropriately brewing those, you're going to be getting tons of vitamins and minerals from those teas. If you wanted a powder, then Good Green, which is one of our products, you could get, right? And you can also get your multivitamin if you wanted that as well. But that's excellent. You're going to be feeling good.
I've always wondered well, not always, but I'm curious to know, is it necessary to know or have a good idea of what you're looking for, or are we able to come in and say, well, I'm interested in, I'm like, just say hypothetically speaking, I come in like this question. If someone comes in asking for a multivitamin, you would say, you would recommend either the teas, or ask what kind of form we're looking for, or what are we interested in specifically?
I would say exactly what I said right now. I would see where you're going with this, right? Like if it was for a multivitamin in pill form, or if what you're looking for is like, how can I add in some more nutrition into my diet where I can up my mineral and vitamin profile, right? So then I would say, oh, okay, we got you. Like Good Green would be great for that. So most of the time people come in and whether they know what they're looking for or they don't, they might start with, oh, it's my first time in. I don't even know what I'm looking for yet. Or you like, I feel low on energy. I think I need to do this. Like, help me with that. Sometimes people lead with the problem first, and then we're there with you, right? And we walk you through it. And we'll go through, okay, so what are you doing currently?
Right.
How we can help, because I won't lie to you. I'm not going to oversell you something that I know that's just not true, So then we'll walk through that, and we'll arrive at, a conclusion.
And we're offering consultations, right? Because people need to shop as often as busy, right?
It's busy.
And need more in-depth help, right? So
Okay.
we are there whether you're a novice or you're adept, right? It doesn't matter. You come into DOPE Botanicals, we're there to help you. Whether you're brewing your first herbal tea or your 50th, or you're buying bulk herbs because you want to make a tincture.
Right.
We're there to
Oh my
help you.
God.
So it really doesn't matter for us. And sometimes, the healer needs healing too. So when you come in and you think you know a thing or you do know a thing, but you need somebody else to talk about it. Because of our location, we have a lot of different customers who come in. So it can be anybody. It can be some of the doctors from Jefferson or CHOP, and they're out like fish out of water sometimes, but they know that they need something different, and they need help with tuning into things. Or we'll go, well, it sounds like adrenal fatigue to us, and they go, oh my gosh, that's so true. I didn't even think of that for myself. So it doesn't matter whether you are, a mom, a working mom, a teen, a tween.
It doesn't matter.
Student, a doctor, a lawyer, anything. It doesn't matter. Plants are here for everybody. And sometimes you can guide, right? Yeah. So we're just there to guide you through the process to get to where you need to ultimately be.
I'm telling you, this conversation, we've been talking so much about this lately. Family, for those of you who have just joined us, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. In the event you missed this information, DOPE Botanicals is located at 257 South 20th Street, right there in Rittenhouse. It's time for us to take another commercial break, just a short one. But know that the phone lines are still open, and feel free to comment on our socials. I did see that we had some more questions coming in, and when we return, the ladies are going to share with us their website as well, so that you can you can go and have a look-see, because we want you to have all the information that you need so that you can go on down to DOPE Botanicals, and I will meet you there because I will be going there too. So family, stay with us because we are coming right back.
Tuesday's Mega Million jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $358 million. $358 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
What is dedication?
My daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. If there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around, and I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanting to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't? I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is a public service announcement. The job search can be a difficult and frustrating process. Ward's Livelihood Initiative was designed to help you find the right opportunity for your next professional move. Check out these recent openings posted on the Livelihood job board at wordworks.com. The Public Health Management Corporation is hiring for several exciting roles, including a dental assistant, payroll manager, and home health occupational therapist. For more information on these jobs and others, go to wordworks.com and learn more about the Livelihood Initiative. Brought to you by Word Radio, progressive Black Talk Media.
Long nose, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking about DOPE Botanicals, and we are talking with Taahirah and Nakia Stith. And I'm looking at the time. I know we have like 15 minutes left with you ladies visiting with us. And I have some questions, so it might be a little spitfire. So I received a text actually during the commercial break asking, do you have CBD and THC products?
No.
Well, there you have it. No. And another question that came in is, can Good Green be utilized as a meal replacement?
No, it's not a meal replacement. So Good Green, you can add to your lemon water and make like instant green juice. You can add it. Maybe you made some like really tasty lemonade. You could put a scoop in there to up the nutritional profile. Maybe you made pesto one night. You could put a scoop in there to up the nutritional profile. Or you have a smoothie. You could put a scoop in there. So the smoothie, if it's appropriately made, could be a meal replacement with Good Green in it. But Good Green by itself is not a meal replacement.
Okay. Thank you for that. So I'm curious to know, does DOPE Botanicals host events as well?
Do we host events? Well, we do have workshops.
We do workshops.
So
we're okay.
Yeah, we do workshops. And we have some good stuff that's gonna be coming up.
Yeah, if you follow us on Instagram at DOPE Botanicals, we announce like if we're having a workshop soon, how to register for a workshop, or if we're doing something like that. So we'll be having, and this year in 2024, we're going to be having some really good workshops coming up.
Yeah, and more collaborations and more different things.
Yeah, so more of that kind of stuff.
I love that. So are you able to share with us when your next event will take place?
We haven't set a date yet. We're working on our calendar now.
Yeah. Okay.
On the calendar now, but when we do them, sometimes we do them in conjunction with other organizations, and they're larger. But when we do them in the shop, it's very intimate, and we just have like a couple people. So we're figuring that out.
So would we typically have to like register? Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So if it is one like that for in the shop or registration, we'll have the link in the IG for the right, and we'll announce it, and you'll be able to register for it. If it's something where it's bigger and you don't register through us, like sometimes we partner with PHS, then we'll go through that, and it's still an Eventbrite, and you register for it.
Okay.
We always post the link as well.
Can you share with us the website?
Oh, our website is www.mydopebotanicals.com.
Did you hear that, family? MyDopeBotanicals.com. That is MyDopeBotanicals.com. And for those of you who are watching, you see it right there on the screen. But I want to make sure that everybody knows. But the website is MyDopeBotanicals.com. What are your hours? I'm curious to know, when are you?
Can I say something else about the website?
Please.
So currently, we do not have online shopping or ordering. That will be launching later on this month, right? Okay. When you go to the website, you can also sign up for our newsletter, and we send out announcements via newsletter as well. But the online shop is not open for, let's say, I want a bottle of Good Green. Can I purchase it online? Not yet.
Okay.
We're launching our online how you can purchase things platform later on this month. But in the meantime, you can come to the shop. We are open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are closed Mondays and Tuesdays. So Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 5, and Sundays, 11 to 4.
I had to write that down. You saw me, right? You could tell. Could you tell? I said, wait, no.
And we don't have a phone. We don't have a phone. Don't try to call us. Don't leave no nasty reviews like you don't like to do. No. Listen,
wait, you must have had that experience, because I could see
it's outrageous.
Yes, it's crazy.
It's crazy. No, we don't have a phone. Why? Because we talk to the people who come in the shop.
Yes.
And because you're working.
We're working. In the shop.
You're
But
working.
there's no
You're
need for
working.
us to chat on the phone.
No.
You know where the address is. So
Come
come
see
down,
us.
come see us.
Pull up. We love to have you.
We love the kitty cat. But don't.
But you're not gonna be holding us on no phone talking about what your problem is. We can't do it.
You two have me cracking up. You two are like twins. You said 13 years between the two of you.
13, but there is no number.
Yes.
Heavens to Murgatroyd. So do you have siblings? Other than the two.
We have a brother.
You
We have a
do.
brother. He's
So
our
I'm so curious to know, because you talk about like having grown up in living a plant-based life. Was Dope Botanicals the brainchild of both of you, or was it a family concept?
It was our brainchild. Yeah. But our dad came home. Well, my sister wasn't born yet. He came home and he was like, "Listen, we changing our life. We don't eat this. We don't eat this." And he said, "Here's a book. You need to read it." And I remember reading this book, and I thought, "Oh, okay, I could get it." And he said, "This is the path that we're walking now," and we did. And as time went on, we cut out more things and cut out different things, and then we just kept going further and further the older we got, And
Now, you can't say that and not tell us the book. You know we want to know.
But it's so funny. It was like there were so many books, but there was like How to Be a Vegetarian. There was a book that was really, it was like this little pamphlet with like a pig and face X'd out. Then there was How to Eat to Live. So there were a lot of different books that really played, because that's just how our dad was. It was like, oh no, everything is gonna be backed up. Right? It's not just my word to you.
Right.
This is what I say, but then you will learn in this fashion or in this way. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. Yeah. For many years of my life, we traveled with a dictionary in the back of the car because there were very, very heated.
That was my mother. I used to read the dictionary.
Yes, because you had to defend yourself. And if you didn't know the meaning of a word, you could get tripped up. So, we grew up in a very, I guess now they would call it unorthodox or, whatever. But back then it was just called raising children appropriately.
Listen, I lived that same life. I had to look the encyclopedias, the dictionary, and the thesaurus. So, I am familiar. I can identify with that. I do want to share. Our family members are commenting. Awesome life choices to live. Motivation equals success. That's right. Joey Dixon shares peace. I just saw you ladies on TV recently, on a TV show recently. And Malcolm is sharing, this is such great information. Just thank you. And our beloved Miss Lily shares, ladies, thank you so much for your reply, because she was asking about the meal replacement, about Good Green. So I cannot tell you. So now I'm just so ready. Family, I do want to remind you, just in the event that you did not hear this, Dope Botanicals is open Wednesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Sunday from 11 a.m. until 4. They are not open on Mondays or Tuesdays. Not open on Mondays or Tuesdays. I wanted to make sure I repeated it. And I'm going to show the website once again, mydopebotanicals.com, www.mydopebotanicals.com. And the ladies did share that you can also go to their IG page, which is Dope Botanicals. You can check them out on IG at Dope Botanicals and find out all the information that you can. And they do have some they will have upcoming events or workshops. I keep saying events, but that's an event. That is an event. But workshops.
A lot of fun. It's high intensity. It's interactive. We're very serious about learning, right? So you don't leave a Dope Botanicals workshop not knowing something. So, those are our goals when you come into the shop. We want you to come in. We want you to feel good, right? And often we'll ask somebody when they say, "What's the most popular drink you had?" And we say, it doesn't matter. What matters is, how do you want to feel today?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
asking first. How would you like to feel today? And then we go from there.
And we want
it's
you
about
to
education
that you didn't know before. So if
It's about education.
absolutely.
I love that. And I'm sorry, I didn't intend to cut you off. I was so excited in that moment because I love when we educate one another. I so love that. One of our family members is commenting physical health, mental health, and spiritual health go hand in hand. Arnold Shortlegger, I love the name. Just love the name. Ladies, Taahirah and Nakia, thank you so much. I so hope you will come back to visit with us.
Yes.
Please, because I've enjoyed your visit.
Thank you.
I really have, and our family members have, but you will see me because I will be in the store. Okay, I am coming in. Like I told you, I'm on this wellness journey. Family, you know, I tell you all the time, I'm doing better. How about that? I'm doing better, and the more I learn, I'm making the necessary changes and accommodations. So here you have it. We have another comment. Knowledge is power.
So I said, can we give Carol Riddick her flowers for singing these beautiful songs, right? And having a healing gift yourself.
Oh my
goodness! Song and how good it makes people. It's songs I put on today because I know I gotta hear it. Yes. So how important is it, right? Yes. How important is it, right?
It's a hug to my heart, y'all.
Yes, it's so important. I mean, what a gift to be able to minister to people in that way, right? With the instrument that you were born with. Amazing. So we love it.
Oh my goodness. Thank y'all so much. I cannot wait for y'all to come back, but I'm going to see y'all in the store. Okay, so y'all, I will see you in the store. Family, they do not have a phone, so do not try to call. Go into the store. That's what they go into the store. All right. Family, stay with us. We're going to take just a short commercial break. The ladies are going to leave us, but we are coming right back. Thank you, ladies.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60.
Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on The Source.
We think that this is all much ado about nothing because we're just focused on our own daily lives. But I am encouraging you. I am imploring you to start reading, to ask questions, to go and go to reputable sites. Facebook is not the place. Black Jesus, 70% of you get your news from Facebook. When I heard that data, I was like, oh no, we cannot continue to do this. There's the Washington Post, Democracy Dies in Darkness. There's the New York Times. There's the Wall Street Journal. There's all sorts of reputable papers that are out here, which is why they cannot die, because they're great reporters that are actually doing the work instead of just throwing gasoline on something and watching it take off. There's so much misinformation spreading out here, not just by artificial intelligence and people from around the world, but by us. And so we have to really, truly ask the questions. Take your emotions out of it and do your research and ask the questions.
And that's the hottest 60 seconds this week on The Source on WURD, Progressive
Black Talk Media.
In this season of love and during all seasons of the year, the Pennsylvania Lottery is the only state lottery consistently showing love to its older citizens. The PA Lottery started as a way to fund programs for older Pennsylvanians. They've contributed over $30 billion to various programs. The money goes to programs for property tax and rent rebates, free or reduced rides, low-cost prescriptions, home care services, and more. In fact, the PA Lottery is the only state lottery whose proceeds benefit older citizens. Spread the love and get your lottery tickets today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Problem gambling? Helpline 1-800-GAMBLER.
In honor of Black History Month, WURD, in collaboration with First World Theater, presents Diamonds of the Diaspora, Black political figures and influencers in their own words. Barbara Jordan was the first Black woman elected to Congress from the South. She served in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1973 to 1979. She was on a mission to improve the lives of her working class constituents by sponsoring bills to extend Social Security benefits to homemakers, provide a tax credit to low-income employed and self-employed people, and to combat rising inflation rates. In 1974, Barbara Jordan was a member of the Judiciary Committee. That summer, the committee considered articles of impeachment against President Richard Nixon for the Watergate scandal. Barbara Jordan's opening remarks in the proceedings captivated the room and the world.
Earlier today, we heard the beginning of the preamble to the Constitution of the United States. We, the people. It's a very eloquent beginning. But when that document was completed on the 17th of September in 1787, I was not included in that we, the people. I felt somehow for many years that George Washington and Alexander Hamilton just left me out by mistake. But through the process of amendment, interpretation, and court decision, I have finally been included in we, the people. My faith in the Constitution is whole. It is complete. It is total. Today, I am an inquisitor. Has the president committed offenses and planned and directed and acquiesced in a course of conduct which the Constitution will not tolerate? That's the question. We know that. We know the question. We should now forthwith proceed to answer the question. It is reason and not passion which must guide our deliberations, guide our debate, and guide our decision.
That's a segment of a speech by Barbara Jordan, performed by Lenny Daniels from First World Theater. This Black History Month, we honor the work and the political influence of Barbara Jordan. This Black History Month vignette is brought to you by Philadelphia Gasworks. Visit Philadelphia, Arthur Ross Gallery, PHMC, and Commonwealth Charter Academy.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
We are the home of progressive Black Talk Media. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Well, family, I shared with you earlier because here we are. We are in Black History Month. For those of you who were not with us at the top of the show, I was sharing a little spotlight about Amanda Gorman. And I know some of you are going to say Gorman. I know my family says I do that all the time, but I say Amanda Gorman until she tells me. Don't bother. It's okay. It's okay. In any event, I was sharing with you that she is the youngest inaugural poet in United States history, as well as an award-winning writer and cum laude graduate of Harvard University, where she studied sociology. She's also the first National Youth Poet Laureate who gained the love of the world when she first performed her poem, The Hill We Climb, at the inauguration of President Joe Biden. Due to popular demand, by the way, Penguin Random House announced a first printing of 1 million copies each of her first 3 books. I don't know about you, but that feels so amazing to celebrate one of our young adults in 2024. What? It feels so good to me. So I wanted to repeat that Black History moment with you. I also want to repeat something else. Have you heard about our singles event for ages 40 and up? Well, be sure to register today, family, because time is running out. Our Love and Life Connection event, it'll take place at Bayou Lounge and Bar in West Philadelphia on Tuesday, February 13th from 6 until 9 p.m. And it'll be hosted by yours truly and Dr. Marquita Williams. So, family, this event will feature fun activities, yes, it will, where you can meet new people and can possibly make a love connection. That's right. That's right. So, to attend the event, all you have to do is register on our website. That's wordradio.com. But space is limited and we're almost at capacity. So you've got to do it today. Okay. Registration is free. It's absolutely free. So join us for a fun evening of mixing and mingling for singles ages 40 and up on Tuesday, February 13th from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. at Bayou Lounge and Bar, located at 5025 Baltimore Avenue. Family, this event is brought to you by City Winery, the Pennsylvania Lottery, and in partnership with Bayou Lounge and Bar. I want to take a moment to go to our phone lines before I bring in our next guest for this evening. James is on line one. Hi there, James. Thank you for calling and thank you for your patience.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to give a shout out to the young Maya Angelou.
Yes.
The feature from the cat, of course. And welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be back. Can you tell, James? I'm so happy. I miss loving life when I'm away. I do.
There's just something about this show, the temperament, your voice, of course, reaches out to me.
I can't thank you enough for that.
I like to fast forward to send it off. I love you all, and love is what we need out here.
It absolutely is, James. It is. It is.
Okay.
And you as well. James is sending love to everybody. You hear that? James said, everybody. Have a good evening. Have a great evening. I thank you so much for calling. So, family, I do want to share our next guest. She's a love bug. She's one of our family members, but she has not been with us in a minute, and I'm so excited that she's back. Woohoo! She is Dr. Kevana Nixon, and she is a licensed marriage and family therapist who serves the Philadelphia and Delaware area. She serves in several roles, actually, that include her being an AAMFT approved clinical supervisor at Drexel University, clinical coordinator at the Black Brain Campaign LEAP program, and an adjunct professor. Family, I invite you to the conversation with none other than Dr. Kevana Nixon. Hello there, beautiful.
I missed you, Carol.
I missed you too. It's been so long.
It has. It's been too long. Yes.
It has. I'm so excited. I mean, listen, I'm always excited when you visit, but it's just something extra because you're returning. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. Listen, I'm like James. I'm like, yes, it's so good to see you. Glad to be back. I love your show.
Thank you. How have you been? How about that?
I've been good. I've really been good. I cannot complain. I've really been blessed. I'm loving that this weather has warmed up. Like we got a little bit of sun today. That really helped me out because weather was a struggle.
Weather is a struggle for me. I don't do well these days with the no, let me I'm sorry. I should not put that because words are powerful. Yes. I am just a little less happy when there's snow and ice out there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just a little My
Mhm.
light dims just a little, but I will
Yeah.
take every day, God. I want you to hear that. I will
Yes.
take every day. So I'm happy for every day. I do well every day.
Yes.
I'm just a little less happy
Right.
when we have some snow and ice. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Mhm. No, I love it. I love it. I love it.
So Dr. Nixon is
Mhm.
here to talk with us today, family. Huh. Okay.
No,
About the
you know I
dynamic.
love it.
Listen, we're going to talk about the dynamic of not putting your spouse or significant other first in your relationship.
Mm.
Y'all,
Mm.
I don't know. Are we ready for this conversation?
I don't know. I don't know.
We're going to see. Well, we're going to find out, right? We are going to find out. We are going to find out. So I'm curious to know, is that common? Do you
Abs-
really?
Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of times when a couple is coming in, first everybody's like, or the couple is like, it's they're the mess up, they're the problem. So fix them, we can get back on track. And usually it is because their time is diverted, right? Their attention is diverted. There's something where whatever was happening before. So it might be lead to a breakdown in communication, what I'll talk about later about what happens. Breakdown in communication, breakdown in intimacy, and not just sex. I'm talking about like a connection, really feeling connected to your person. Yeah. And so I do. I see it a lot. Yeah.
So what is it? Is it typically due to problems rooted in the relationship or just a lack of interest in the partner because of other things going on, if that makes any sense?
Yeah. I would almost like D, all the above, right? It just depends on circumstances. And I was telling a friend when somebody comes in, it could be, we were talking about, let's say somebody's been married for a little bit and then they have a new child. That new child changes the whole dynamic. Maybe my attention was just on my spouse, but now the child is needing more of my attention, right? And usually what I see is the man in the relationship, if there's a traditional, again, man and woman relationship, is that they're having a really hard time of sitting with, well, where am I in this, right? Where do I get attention, right?
As we discuss that particular, or as you bring up that particular scenario, do men suffer any form of postpartum?
You know what? Even though it's not been classified that, and I love that, Carol, because that is their own postpartum. Is that I've been the person, and there's a level of detachment they have because again they didn't carry the child. They're still the child, but there's certain things they can't do. And now the person who I'm with, I don't have them in this way. Their attention is really connected to the child that it needs me 24/7, right? So yeah, so that I think that I definitely I love it.
I never thought of that until as we were talking about this subject matter. And then you just said that, in some instances when the female has a child, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, because I know I love hard. I know I do. And I could only imagine if I were to be in that, imagining myself in that scenario. No, family, that has not been my life. It has not been my life. But just imagining myself in that scenario, because I know I love hard.
Yeah.
Trying to divide myself. And if I'm suffering with postpartum depression or of any kind, that has to be a huge challenge for
Right.
all parties
Okay.
involved.
All parties involved. Yeah. Then we have factors like think if you have an ailing parent and you now have to take care of that parent. Right. Right. Your time and attention is focused on the parent depending on what, is going on, the illness or, sickness. But yeah, that can be a factor. And then the intentional one is where they're purposely not taking the time and they'll use their friends, their job or something as an excuse.
Well, there's only so much of that you can do. Like, I mean, what you know what I'm saying? You live here. There's only so much.
But people will find a way. And I usually see it as there's a level of a distance. There's something that's been created. And so they feel safer in whatever that is, right? That thing, that friend, the job, the hobby is making them feel good. It's filling up a space where they feel there's a lack in the relationship.
So if we say that someone's significant other uses maybe their job as this thing, their attention, to take their attention, are some people just driven or like how do we navigate that?
Yeah, and so I love that question because they could be driven, but I would ask the couple if they're in front of me, like, has this always been the case, right? Because maybe at first the relationship was fine, right? We're together, you're driven, we're making money, we're great, and then kids come along and it's like, oh wait, I don't want you to be driven in that way. That doesn't work for now what we have to do, right? And I think people is just learning about how to navigate around that. Not you have to change, you have to adjust, right? There's things you have to adjust that relationship. So I think that's a piece that people have to pay attention to, right? Because you're right. How much work do you have in the world? You come home at some point.
Listen,
Right.
you know, I am here. I do exist.
Right.
Um,
Right.
Eric is joining the conversation. Eric shares, hello, Dr. Nixon. Welcome. He asks, in your professional journey, what do you find is the most popular reason people make the decision to seek out a life partner that leads to marriage? Is it love, financial stability, or maybe just emotional security? I want to know the answer to that question. Wait, I'll leave it up for a minute. So
Oh, I love that question, Eric. That's a great question. And
it sure is.
What I've come across usually is it is usually fueled by love, right? Like that connection. Like at the end of the day, and I tell my clients this, and I tell my students who I'm teaching, is that at the end of the day, we all just want to be accepted and loved. That's it. That is it. And so even if it is in the form of financial stability, which I don't usually come across that, but it is emotional security. It is that, hey, somebody's chosen me, somebody loves me, and I can share my life with them. Yeah.
You know what? As we're talking about this, I'm curious to know with this particular subject matter about the spouse putting something or someone else, ahead of their significant other. Does that usually happen within a certain age bracket?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would say it's not usually the younger couples. Usually it's, again, they've been married for a while. That's what I usually see. They've been married for a while. It's not new. Usually, again, yeah.
What, they just get bored or what?
Yeah, because you know what is and I tell people this all the time when you're talking about adjusting, and that's why I said it's always about variables in life, right? I had this one couple where the husband and wife were caring for her ailing father. He had dementia, right? And and they've been married for like 20 something years. And then the father started to decline, and the father was such a vital, important person in both of their lives, and when they the wife did start taking mainly care of her father, she became depressed, and all of her attention and time was going to her father. And then they came to me because the father had passed, and they were really working through a transition about what that looked like. Right. And then there was some infidelity that was involved, but he felt very distant and disconnected based off of the transition in their life. Right. So I feel younger couples haven't had that much transition or adjusting to doing their relationship yet. So again, I'd say older, mid is that you're looking like, oh, hey, this is adjustment. Kids are leaving home. Right. Or kids are moving back in. Right. Or again, we're taking care of extended family, or there's been a change in our job. Let's say somebody retires. Right. And you were never home, or we didn't have this time, and now we're home all the time. Do I know you? We've been together for 10 years.
Right.
Do I know you 10 years ago when I've been doing all this stuff, and now you're in front of me and I don't know this person? Right.
That right there is real. I mean, from what I understand, a lot of people had that experience during the pandemic.
Yeah. Oh, the pandemic. My phone was ringing off the hook. Literally.
Do you know how many people were posting? They wanted to they were, I mean, it was really a learning experience for me. Just watching what I was reading and watching what I was seeing, as couples were trying to navigate. A lot of couples didn't know whether they were going to make it, whether they were going to stay together, or even how they were going to part, because there really wasn't anywhere to go.
And that's the key, Carol, is that when we're talking about, spending more time within a job or with work or with friends, is that it's a level of what I call avoidance, right? In the pandemic, I can't avoid anymore because I can't go anywhere. I had a couple call me. They've been married 28 years. They called me and they're like, yeah, we want to do couples because, in the pandemic, we haven't slept in the same room in the past 15 years, and we don't know if we want to be together. the pandemic took them to realize they had been already doing a level of avoidance for whatever the issue was, right?
Well, I mean,
that I'm not even in the same room.
It doesn't sound like you are together. If you have been sleeping in separate rooms for 15 years out of a 20 plus year marriage, you are not together. You're roommates. That's what, now that's me. That's me talking. Okay? Sometimes I get outside of myself, but that's me sharing my own personal opinion. Let me be clear on that. Because it just came right out like, wait a minute, what? You're roommates? I said, oh, Caroline, pipe down, slugger. Pipe down, slugger. Right? OMG.
I love it. Yeah.
But yeah, so, okay, so here we are. We'll take that scenario. Say that there's a couple who's been married or together in excess of 20 plus years. They've been living under the same roof, but have been pretty much living separately, because if you're sleeping in a different bedroom, then that sounds to me like you're living separately. You're avoiding one another. So in this instance, if the couple wants to reunite or rekindle, or how do they do that? How does, or is that even possible?
It is possible. I think I said this before, Carol. If you are committed to the process of healing and being reconnected to that person, you can do it. Now, it's not going to be easy. That's what I said. You got to roll up your sleeves. You got to pull up your bootstraps. You got to do all the stuff that I tell people. Healing is not easy, but it's good when you come to the point of it, right? We heal from the inside out. There's layers you have to go through to heal. But yeah, if you're committed to the process, you can, and it's, for me, it's really finding out, like, so when did this happen? When do you guys remember being connected? What was that like? What was the shift? And me understanding those variables about when did it change, right? Like you said, if you were together 28 years and you haven't been sleeping together in the same room for 15 years, I'm going to ask, what happened 15 years ago? Right? Oh, well, that's, that's when we, maybe had, our second child, and then it was more hectic. And then we also had a loss of a parent. And, these factors all influence this piece of avoidance, if it's avoidance,
So, and I know I'm going down the rabbit hole here, but if you're in a relationship in that case, if you're sleeping in separate bedrooms, so has the physical relationship just disappeared at that point, or do you make appointments to see each other, or
right? Sometimes people become so disconnected that they haven't had sex in that amount of time, or they do schedule an intimacy and then go to the separate rooms.
Look at me, get it together, Carol. I can't imagine. I want him right next to me. I don't want him in another room. Listen, that's like being in another place, another house.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, I'm always like, hey, what works for you as a couple, right? Because I'm like you, for my personal opinion, is like, I would like my person there, right? But some people are like, no, I don't have to sleep in the same room. But I always look at, is that what you want? Is that fulfilling the relationship and the connection, or is it, again, creating distance?
Right.
Are you putting energy and time?
It's a matter of preference. I do get that. I do. So family, I know for those of you who are listening to me saying, girl, please listen, I know that it is a matter of preference. I do have that understanding. I'm just sharing my own personal preference. That's all. I'm just sharing I cannot imagine. I don't want to. 100%. Family, hey there. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Dr. Kevana Nixon. Family, we're taking a short commercial break, but know that the phone lines are still open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials, but stay with us whatever you do, because we are coming right back.
Stand with Word Radio as we continue to provide dynamic, progressive programming to inform and empower our people. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must stand together to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a Forward member with the annual membership price of just $90, or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a Forward member, sign up, family member, or friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your Forward membership today. Visit wordradio.com/forward or wordradio.com/membership.
Did you know that on average, customers who use natural gas from PGW for heating, cooking, and clothes drying save more money on their energy bills per year than those that don't? And right now, a LIHEAP grant from PGW can help you save even more. Don't miss out on up to $1,000 of free money. It's simple. Just text money to 77037 or visit pgworks.com/LIHEAP. That's MONEY to 77037. PGW, helping ease minds this winter.
Latrell spent more than 8 years in foster care. His world changed when he was adopted at 15 with help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
I think about how much we love him, and I wish we could have had him for his entire childhood.
The foundation is changing the lives of thousands of teens waiting in foster care. You can help. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
WURD is happy to provide our listeners with the opportunity to participate in contests and win prizes. This is a reminder of our contest rules. All participants must be 18 years of age or older, depending on the contest. Persons may win only one prize from the radio station per contest for every 30-day period. Some contests might also specify one winner per household or company. Prizes must be claimed within 14 days or by 12 noon the day before the event, whichever is sooner, and must be accepted as is or forfeited. The radio station employees and their immediate relatives, sponsor employees and their immediate relatives, live remote sponsor employees and their immediate relatives, and any other media employees are ineligible to win the prize. Thank you for participating and for listening to WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of Progressive Black Talk Media, WURD.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Dr. Kevana Nixon. Yes, we are, our beloved. And she is talking with us. Okay, we're talking about relationships. That's what we're talking about. We are talking about when you get to that point and you're in that relationship and you sometimes don't want to look at that other individual. So you start making up things that you need to do and places you need to be that don't really exist. So we're talking about all of that. We're talking about how you work through it and if you work through it and what some of the reasons are for doing so. So that, first of all, that sounds to me like, and again, let me share, family, because I'm applying this to myself. Let me just be clear. I can't imagine. I would have to. There's not going to be any lying and no, I do not have to do something. We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk. Because I'm a love bug and I don't function well. You know, if I have a significant other and he and I are not on one accord, like I'm kind of
right.
I don't function well in that. We need to talk because we need to talk about this. So how do you do that? That has to be so stressful on the spirit, like for both parties involved.
Absolutely. And so I'll say this, Carol. So we will always, or somebody will always highlight that one person is being distant or focusing too much time on something. But I'm always curious for the other person. So what are you doing during this time? How is this impacting you? Like you said, how have you been able to stay in this state for 5, 6, where they are giving this time and energy to something that's outside of your relationship where you don't feel connected, right? Because the person almost becomes complicit in this distance, this avoidance.
Exactly.
Right? And we just blame the person like, oh, they are. I'm like, but wait a minute. So what happens for you? You don't say anything, right? How does it impact the relationship? How does it impact your love life? How is this really impacting how you interact with each other?
Well, your everyday, like just everything, because it extends outside of the home, quite honestly, because everybody outside of your home is used to you as a couple. So how does that work? How does that work? Thomas is joining the conversation. Hi there, Thomas, our beloved Thomas Hill shares. Yes, when it comes to older couples, especially married couples, it comes down to communication between the both of them. It's more understanding to try to work through tough times. Yeah, I can. Yeah, and especially because when you've got time vested, you've got time. Like, I mean, it would really have to be something that just either you just really want to be out of the relationship, or because
Yeah. I love what Thomas said. You're right. It does take work, right? It's, again, I'm like, are you committed to the process? How much of the work you're willing to do, you know? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But it's something, and there's going to be something that sparks. There's going to be something that lights a fire where they're like, wait, somebody's going to wake up and somebody's not going to be happy. That's what I do see. It's usually not both partners, but one person is coming in and calling like, hey, we need to see, you as a couple for couples therapy. We've been distant. We've been, I've really feel disconnected. They're having so much time in this one thing. And so usually there's an event. There's something that sparks, oh, we've got to do something different.
Mm-hmm. You were sharing that you find that, one person in the couple is unhappy. Well, I have such a challenge processing that, because like I said, with me, we are one. Okay, we are one. So if you're not happy, I'm not happy, and that's immediate for me. Like I'm usually that person that I'm pretty much in tune. If I have a significant other, I'm pretty much in tune with him. I'm that woman. Like this is something. It'll feel off to me. It'll feel different, and that affects me. That affects me. So it's always interesting for me to hear when couples are navigating this type of scenario or situation, because it when they get to you, I can only imagine that so much time has gone by and so many things have unraveled.
Oh, it's on fire.
Yeah.
Couples always come to me when literally, I always tell them, I was like, I liken it to them being a house and the foundation. And I was like, y'all house is burning down and then y'all want me to fix it when it's been on fire for 3, 5 years, 10 years. So give me a little time.
Yeah.
Give me a little time.
Can you? Oh my goodness. What do you, can you? You're picking up bricks and stones, you rebuilding.
Yeah.
Listen, see, Malcolm shared, he agrees with me. If he's with someone, he can't imagine separate beds. See, I'm saying, where are you going? Where are you going? Like, no. Wait, Eric is clowning me. Eric said, Carol is quoting Frankie Beverly. We are one. That's right. Okay, we are one.
That's one. Yes, that's my song.
We sure are. Where are you going?
Yeah.
No, let's talk about it.
Right. And that, Carol, that's a big question for me. Like, how did you get to this point where this became okay? If this is not how you started, right?
Yeah.
How did you both become comfortable with it, right? And what I think people don't realize is that, again, both come to a place of complacency, right? Because there's some factor, there's some life event, there's something that has impacted them to get to this point where, again, everybody really, the cup is being avoided in some way. Maybe somebody's putting it towards their job or family or something, a friend or a hobby. And then that one person who's kind of on the sidelines, maybe he's not getting it, is also part of that process. Just in a
kids have
different way.
To be affected too.
Oh yeah, and they can see it. They can see it, right? We have a lot of times if I'm working with parents or I'm working with couples, they're like, I don't want this to impact my kids, and we've done a good job of hiding this. I'm just like, you know your kids know you probably better than you know yourselves. Kids are intelligent. They just always have the language to know what's happening, but they can see. They're like, because they're like, yeah, my parents have slept in separate rooms,
But I imagine they can feel it too.
Yes,
because your interaction is different. I mean, first of all, you know how powerful energy is.
Yes.
And kids are very in tune. Kids are so in tune and they pay attention to their parents.
Yes.
So I can't imagine. I mean, unless they're just teenagers, because I imagine teenagers aren't really as in tune. But when they're youngsters, I imagine, you know, that they will notice a glance, a look, or and they don't mind asking. I know that too.
Right.
They don't mind asking.
Yeah.
Eric is clowning me. He said, I'm cracking up. Carl said, where are you going? That's right, Eric. Where is he going? Where are you going?
Yeah.
Not my cuddle bug. Come right back. Come right here. Come here. And Thomas shares you have to stimulate each other mentally and emotionally, then physically. Agreed. I do agree with that. Then he adds, plus there should be spiritual growth as well. Strongly. I agree with all of that.
Yeah.
I so agree. And so that's okay. So that's the point I'm making when if my significant other, if his spirit is off in any way, that affects me because, you know, I want to be in tune. That's where we should be. I imagine that is to where we aspire to be.
Right.
In tune, you know. So how is it? How is it that, because there's an agreement, an unspoken agreement, quite honestly, if you are sleeping under the same roof and you know, or even if you're now saying to your significant other, I got to go over here, I have to do this or what have you. If you're not paying any attention, what is the expectation? That's the question I have. What is the expectation at that point? Because it can't just be that.
Right. And again, that's the question I always ask is like, how did we get here and what was the expectation? At some point, were you supposed to come back and then this was only temporary? Because again, there was some factor, like maybe you had a partner that was ill and sleeping in the same bed, you know, because the illness was hard and you sleep, you know, say maybe there's a work change, you know, maybe I get up earlier in the morning and it disturbs me, right? But what was the expectation of how we were going to manage this? And I'll say this because a lot of maybe the listeners are thinking, it's like, how does we not talk about this? I'm with you, Carol. Maybe because again, my bias is I'm a therapist, but let's talk about it. Like we go, right? I can't walk around, but some people, what I've learned is like based off of how they grew up, is that they may not know how to navigate that. I don't know to have the conversation when somebody is distant or separate from me. They might see it as a form of rejection, and they may shut down, right? So what I've learned is that people just don't know always what to do with it in a relationship when they really, you know, care for somebody and they've been together for a long time.
Family, listen, I have gotten so carried away with this conversation. For those of you who have just joined us, how about welcome? I have not forgotten about you. No, I have not. I've just, been sidetracked talking about this. But welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Dr. Kevana Nixon, and we are talking about the dynamic when a spouse does not put their significant other first in their marriage, or an individual does not put their significant other first in their relationship. And I know, like Dr. Nixon was sharing, there are several scenarios in which this could happen, but my curiosity leads me to, where do you expect this to go? And is the expectation that it will be resolved, or do some people just give up? Do you just say, I don't care?
Yeah.
Well, if he leaves, he leaves. Like,
yeah.
Have you had that conversation with couples as well?
When couples come in, there's usually one person that is kind of slowly warming up to the idea that it might be possible that they can work through it, right? Because remember, they're coming in and it's on fire, right? Like you said, bricks, everything is gone. And so because it's been such a long period of time that they've gone through this distance, and maybe they've tried something on their own, they feel really depleted and really just fully, discouraged at that point, and so a lot of times, again, I'm assessing what's your level of commitment, right? Meaning, yes, hey, you've come in here, you want this, right? And I really had to add your strengths, like you showed up. You didn't have to show up, right? Maybe you're still questioning about what you want to do. Maybe in a little bit, you've given up a little bit, but you came and you showed up. So when people show up, to me, they want to do it, right?
Okay. Well, do they? Do they?
I'll tell you a key factor that I always pay attention to about couples who are committed. They're gonna, even if they don't want to necessarily be there, they're not sold on the idea of therapy at first, they'll consistently come. Consistently. Even if it's on a Saturday at 9 a.m., they will come. The people who aren't committed will show up late, cancel at the last minute, or just, not be involved. And then, but yeah, the tall tale signs are always about how are they showing up.
So with the scenario that you shared with us with a couple that was married for 28 years, but had been sleeping in separate bedrooms for at least 15, where do you begin to repair that relationship?
Ooh, I love this question because repairing is my favorite word, and repairing is the work that needs to be done. And I always assess, like, how do we get here, right? And create understanding, right? Because unless you have the understanding and then the will and the want to move forward, it's going to be hard to repair. Because I can't repair what I don't understand why it's broken, right? If I don't understand where the damage happened, if I don't understand where the injury happens, and a lot of times we assume, oh, they should know. Or this happened, and it's like, no, I was hoping we're not. Nobody's a mind reader. You really have to create, again, like I think Thomas said, great communication around your needs. And again, that takes, talking to somebody, understanding how you communicate, because we don't always communicate the best.
How about that? So that's the one thing about therapy. When you see a therapist, you have to be prepared to be completely open. Like uninhibited. You have to be prepared to share everything. So when you talk about couples who come or individuals who come within a couple and they're not prepared to repair the relationship, again, what is the expectation when they get to you? I have so much about that. Family, I'm looking at the time. It's time for us to take another commercial break. I do want to share Frey. Hi, my beloved, my love bug. I did see your comment and I thank you so much because I love you to pieces. Raphael Suleiman is joining us and sends good evening to everybody. Hi there, Raphael. Miss Joanne shares that she loves Amanda Gorman as well and bought a book for her granddaughter last Christmas. I know, I just love her. And when we come back, we're going to go back to our social, see what you're saying. And family, know that the phone lines are still open. You are always welcome to join the conversation. I tell you that no matter what we're talking about, you are always invited to the conversation. So feel free to give us a call or to continue to comment on our socials. I promise I will do my best to read it aloud if you do on the air. Whatever you do, though, stay with us because we are coming right back.
History will be made this Women's History Month, and you're invited. On March 14th, tens of thousands of women will come together in one digital space for a national gathering of women, supporting women. This groundbreaking event is being organized by the Conferences for Women, the largest network of women's conferences in the country. Register now and gain access to some of the world's top women leaders and experts on career advancement, leadership, and personal development. Speakers include The Handmaid's Tale author Margaret Atwood, award-winning actor America Ferrera of Barbie, Top Chef host Kristen Kish, author and musician Michelle Zahner, Vanity Fair editor-in-chief Riddick Jones, and many more. There is power in numbers, so secure your ticket and be a part of history. Visit www.conferencesforwomen.org. Join Evening Words host James Peterson on Wednesday, February 7th at 6 p.m. for Black City Makers, a conversation about cultural heritage preservation at Mother Bethel AME Church, located at 419 South 6th Street in Philadelphia. This program is part of Legacy Reclaim, a 7th Ward tribute, a project highlighting the historical contributions and impact of Black Philadelphians on an area of Center City that was the backbone of our community from the 18th century through the height of segregation. This event is free to attend. Please register at wordradio.com/Black City Makers. Can't join us? We will be broadcasting live, so tune in to Evening Words to hear more about this hidden legacy. You can also watch live via Word TV on Facebook, Twitch, and wordradio.com. Join us live at Mother Bethel AME Church or tune in to Evening Words at 6 p.m. next Wednesday, February 7th, for Black City Makers, part of Legacy Reclaim, a 7th Ward tribute.
Right on! I love this song. I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black talk media, WURD.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Dr. Kevana Nixon in this hour. Our beloved, she came back.
Always come back. I love the show.
I love that you love it. We love you. So we love that you love the show. So, family, you here. If you were not here prior to the commercial break, we're talking about relationships. And we're talking about what happens when one of the individuals in the relationship, well, they kind of don't put you first. We're talking about that. That's what we're talking about. So I shared that we would go to our socials when we return, and we will do just that. Thomas shares that there should be growing together to having a relationship with God, trying to find their purpose. Now, see, that's okay. So now that's a big thing for me because it should start there. It should start long before we even get to 28 years in. So I'm curious to know, like, and in that case, is that where we start to repair? Is that where you start with that couple to repair? Thomas follows up by saying or sharing, even though they should know their purpose, but if they don't, one or the other should be able to help make or be considered to help each other make good decisions. How about that? How about that? How about that? So I'm curious to know, because now, again, family, as you know, I'm sharing my own personal belief here, but because I believe the relationship should be rooted in faith, like that's first. That's first. So when he's straying away from me, that's where I'm going first. I'm going to ask, I'm going to say, talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's happening. I'm going to ask, and I'm going to start right there. Because if we're no longer there, then our bond is broken, and then there's a different conversation that needs to happen, and different conversation that needs to take place. Eric shares that he agrees with you, Dr. Nixon. Genuine communication is key. Body language is pretty obvious, but I am not a mind reader. Say what you got to say. Did you like the way I said that, Eric? Did I put it in there? Okay, I tried to read it as you wrote it. Okay, and he put it in caps. Mind reader. Okay, I tried to do you right, Eric. I did. But listen, same here. I feel the same way, because then we're both more hurt than we could potentially have been.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'll speak on two pieces, Carol, because I agree with you. I'm a person of faith. I believe in God, and I would hope, or I would think, that in a relationship, you do put God first. You're pouring into that part of the spirituality part of the relationship. But again, me being a believer, I know I falter, right? There's times where I'm disconnected from God, right? And knowing I have that foundation, that base, I know that base, I know I can always get back, right? God always creates a space for me to get back. Right? And I approach it the same way with the couples, right? God gives us grace, He gives us mercy, right? And you can also offer that to your person, right? Because you already have that foundation, And so I said, I really rely on people's strengths, right? That's why I go back to the beginning, like, how did you meet? What drew you to each other? There were things that they still have that they're just kind of dormant. They're underneath somewhere, but they're there, and things have gotten in the way. So let's go back there, because I want to remind you of that, right? Why did you choose this person?
I'm thinking after I've asked you the question, of course, because I was asking you, like in that particular scenario, or even with other couples, do you start with faith? But that might be challenging for you because it depends on, the couple's beliefs or their
Yes.
practices.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one. I would say I always am upfront with my clients, in regards to kind of my belief. Again, I don't project it on them, I don't push it on them, but I also find out, well, what is your foundation? What is your key in regards to how you live your life and how you're led in your life? And so I rely on that. Like, what do you have some wonderful strengths that you've just forgotten about, right? There's a reason you chose this person. There's a reason you've chosen to be with them for 10 years, right? There's pieces of them that you really appreciate, and you have just it's clouded something in the way of you being able to see this person in the same way.
So how do we broach that? Well, now I know how I'm broaching it. He is pulling away from me.
Kara said, "You not tonight? Where are you going?" I love that. Wait,
I'm not sure what's happening, but I need to be made aware. So where are you going? What is happening? So now I know, like I said, how I'm broaching the subject. But how you were sharing earlier, like what if there's a one individual in the relationship that is not as communicative? Like, how does that work? How does that work?
Yeah. Like I said, there's going to be something, and I promise this, there's always going to be something that's going to light the fire. And so that person maybe who isn't talking too much, the person who's impacted by it is going to come to that person and say something, right? Now, whether they say it effectively, right? Whether they approach it the right way, we don't know. But it's going to, again.
Wait, I'm laughing because I was that person. I dated a guy and he said, well, I don't talk. I don't communicate. Well, guess what?
Right. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, listen, Carol, let me calm my little self. See, family, I have missed y'all. Okay. I have missed you. I do want to share. Eric says yes, that I did relay his message exactly as he intended it. Well done. Thank you so much. Our beloved Miss Rosalind, she's sending love. Hi there. She said she is giving everyone their flowers while we can all still smell them. And we thank you so much, so much, so much. Ms. Rosalind, I have missed you. I guess I have. I've missed you all. I really have. You can tell. I hope you can tell. I hope you can feel it. And thank you for my flowers, and happy Black History Month to you as well. Thomas shares that a lot of times it's always not an equal love. I thought of that too. The love has to be unconditional between the both of them. So, and Henry shares that love is a function. It's not a feeling.
Yeah. Henry's right. I always tell people it's not a feeling, it's a verb, it's an action. I'm choosing, right? We talk about spending time with my person, right? I'm prioritizing them, right? I was talking to a friend about this, and he was like, it's about time management, about priority, right? Like how you how are you prioritizing them in your life, right? In the way that you need, opposed to how I think you need, right?
Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I tell y'all all the time about my grandmother, about my mother, how they had all kinds of sayings. My grandmother, yes, she did. My grandmother would say, as it pertains to a man in a relationship, if he's, like she would always say, if someone tells you they're busy, this was her big thing, busy. And of course, I live by this. Well, you make time for that which you deem important. When I tell you that rolls off my tongue so quickly. So, whenever someone says, oh, I'm busy, or I was busy. So next I say that, and then I say, well, I'm going to help you with that. I will remove myself from the equation so you no longer have to be busy as it pertains to me. But when you're talking about being in a relationship with someone, you are absolutely right, Henry. I'm in agreement with you. I'm in agreement. I am in such agreement with you. And I do believe it's constant. It doesn't just, ebb and flow. It doesn't come and go. Like you love someone, like, we all have good days, we have bad days, but that's what love is about. We ride that wave with one another, but we communicate. Communication is key, right?
Yes.
I would think it would have to be. Sherry, hey cuz. She shares, hey cuz, and word family. 15 years is a long time not sleeping in the same room. So why do people stay and not say that it's over when it's over? And Ms. Rosalind shares, I have to listen to the Love and Life I know it was phenomenal. Oh, she shared she missed some things. She's going to listen to the replay. But Sherry wants to know, why don't they leave? If it's over, it's over.
Yeah, I love that, Sherry. Oh, that's a great question, because you think, well, a team years, but you'd be surprised about how people become comfortable and complacent, right? Like, I'd rather have somebody than nobody, right? Or leaving would be too hard. I have to start over. So you'd be surprised about the reasons people tell themselves for staying complicit, for staying complacent, and just going with it, because there's fear that on the other side of it, they even won't have even the little piece maybe that they're getting. You'd be really surprised. Because you're right, you think in business, why are you staying? There's something they're getting out of it. Yeah. That outweighs true needs. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I mean, I'm listening and I'm shaking my head. Family, y'all know. It is that time. Heavens to Murgatroyd. I cannot believe it is that time. But family, thank you, Dr. Nixon. Thank you so much. And we can't wait to see you next time.
Oh, yes. Listen, I would be there on the 13th, but I'll be out of town. But I would love to come and support you. Love you, Carol. Thank you so much for providing the space. You do an excellent job. Love it, love it, love it. I will be back. I absolutely will.
Well, you already know. You already know you are welcome. So we will see you next time. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming to visit with us. And we will see you next time. Thank you, love bug.
Bye.
Family. Oh my goodness. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. I am so happy to be back here with you. I miss you all terribly when I am away from you. Yes, I do. To all of our guests, just thank you so much. To you, family, thank you as always for sharing your time, energy, attention, your spirit, your love, all of that good stuff. Once again, happy birthday to our love bugs who are celebrating a birthday. Thank you to the entire Word family, especially Niall and Nick, for all that you do. Yes, thank you so much. Family, I want to remind you, we're all in this together, okay? So be good to you, and also be good to those around you, okay? God loves you, and so do I. You put that in your pocket, all right? Have a great rest of your night. And be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 until 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for another edition of Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. Have a good night, family.